Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. Back with the video, and this is going to be a new set of tutorial which is exclusively going to be based on a software called Multisim. People who have used Multisim to design their circuit, they can also use this to understand RF communication better, to understand communication circuits. You can design your own communication circuits, circuit diagrams, and you can use different tools which are available to understand, like for example RF harmonics and things like that, and communication system like AM and FM, things like that. So this is going to be basically understanding RF with the help of Multisim, and I'm going to try to introduce you to another tool called Multisim, which I think any engineering student might have used it before, but I'm just going to walk you through this. So for example, when you open up your Multisim, you'll have different components. For example, different sources. You have basic resistor capacitors. Then you have TTL logic. You have different type of op amps and different type of chips which are available. Different type of sources. You guys already know about this. Plus, you'll also have some instrumentation tool. For example, if you want to use Multisim, function generator, watt meters, logic analyzer, logic converters, the two tools that as an RF guy you need to understand is actually going to be your VNA, which is network analyzer. I think I have made several videos on it where I was testing antennas. You can use network analyzer. That is also available to you in this form. And the other tool which is handy for any RF and communication guy is actually your spectrum analyzer. So these are also two important tools which are available in Multisim. So just simply use these tools to understand what RF is doing. And then of course you can have oscilloscope, which is a time domain device. You also have a spectrum analyzer, which is a frequency device, and VNA to measure your circuits and things like that. So the first tutorial is actually to understand the harmonic composition of your sinusoidal wave, which I've done a tutorial in GNU Radio as well, but we're going to use Multisim to understand this concept. So anyone who has a Windows machine can easily download Multisim and then try to use this tutorial to understand RF communication. And this is what I'm trying to do in this particular tutorial for you to understand RF communication. So you can go to different sources. You can place a source. You can choose signal source. You can use an AC voltage source and just simply highlight any source you want. Just click OK. And just simply drag and drop. Click close. This is how you actually drag and drop. Just double click on it. You can change the property of this. So anything, any component that you plug in, just put in onto your flow graph or onto your screen. Just double click on it. You can change the property. So for example, this one is peak voltage. You can choose this to anything. You can choose the frequency. These are the basic two components that we normally use. Leave everything as is. That I normally do. I don't even know what these are, but I don't even know how to use these. But these are the two things which will get the job done. So just simply, that's why just highlight it, click delete on your keyboard. It will delete this. Then as you can see, to make a connection, just simply go here and it will change this to this form. You can make the connection as like this and just simply drag and drop wherever you want to make a connection. Press escape. So this voltage source is going into the spectrum analyzer. Also at the same time, this is going into my oscilloscope as well. And then I also have just 1 kilo ohms of resistor which is grounding it. And then you can also use a ground which is also available in the basic component. Just go here and and go to power sources, and then you can use a DC ground like this, to connect your circuit. Bring it onto the flow graph or onto your screen, and then connect everything to a common ground. This is how you normally do it. This is how simple it is. Now, next step is this, to running the circuit. Once you have all the connections completed, notice that the spectrum analyzer is connected to the input. So it's a single input. The spectrum analyzer is just like a physical device is. And I'm using a 2-channel oscilloscope. Just simply connect this. You don't need to connect the negative part to anything, even to the ground, even though we do that. Generally, when we are physically connecting it, we connect the oscilloscope probe to the common ground, but in simulation you don't have to worry about that. And so just simply click play, run F5, and it will run this. Now notice something, when you use these instrumentation, the simulation is running fine. You will see also an error here. If there's an error, you will see an error down here, but there's no error right now. So in order for you to actually see what's going on an oscilloscope and your spectrum analyzer, double click on the devices. So when you double click on it, this is what the spectrum looks like for this particular diagram. And right here, this is what a oscilloscope display looks like for this. Just like any other oscilloscope, you have different knobs. You can change this knob. For example, you have your time-based knob, which is there. You can use this to make it slow, make it go faster, and things like that, like this. And you can also have a voltage knob as well on your physical oscilloscope. So you can change the scale. You can click reverse to actually see this. The background is now white. You can also do that here as well. Just simply press reverse. It will change the background. So I'm generating a 10 kilohertz signal, which is 10 volts peak to peak. So if I were to look at this, channel A, which is connected to my channel A, is each box is 10 volts per division. So it's actually 10 volts peak. And peak to peak is about 20. And then I can go here. On my oscilloscope, on my spectrum analyzer, I can just simply move this cursor, and then this will actually take you to the peak. We're almost there. So right now we are at 10 kilohertz and 7.097 dB. In linear scale, if I want to look at it, okay, let's go here and let me look. So everything is already in dB, regardless of you change this to linear scale or dB. So you have about 20 dB per division. So you're getting about 7.097 dB. That's the amplitude in terms of dB, and 10.091 kilohertz of frequency. And this is what is being assigned here. So this is the basic idea. This is how you connect your oscilloscope and a spectrum analyzer. Now the next is actually the harmonic composition. Now if you were to look at this flow graph, I have you have your oscilloscope. Oscilloscope here, and you have your spectrum analyzer, and then you have something called a function generator. Function generator is available here. So function generator, just like any function generator that you physically use, you have three options. You can either generate a sinusoidal wave, you have your triangular wave, or a sawtooth, and your square wave. Just double click on this property. So basically this is what is generating the signal. The positive is connected to that 1 kilo ohms of resistor, and this is also going into your spectrum analyzer, and the same output from here is also going into your oscilloscope. And then I also have connected a watt meter, which is there, so you can measure the wattage, how much watt is there. By double clicking on it, you can just double click on any of these. You can change the parameters. So I'm generating a frequency of 10 kilohertz. Duty cycle is 50, which means since I have chosen a square wave, I'll show you this. You can also select any waveform you want. So in sinusoidal or a cosinusoidal wave, there's no duty cycle. Duty cycle is there only for a square wave, and it's available for your sawtooth as well. And then you have amplitude, which is 10 volts peak. Offset is 0 volts. Everything is just normal. And notice this, the way you connect it, you don't need to connect that negative side. You just need to connect it to a common ground. When it comes to multisim, everything is common ground, which means either I can have connected like from here to here, or I can use different ground, just like I'm using it here. So let's just quickly run this simulation. Before you run this, you have to stop this previous simulation. So let me just stop this, and let me just click here and run this simulation. Now, as you can see, nothing is happening here because you have to click on these boxes. So you have watt meter, which is generating about 33.335 milliwatt. And this is my oscilloscope display. Spectrum analyzer display. All right. And this is my Tektronix oscilloscope display that I'm seeing right now, which is right here. So in last tutorial, I was using a generic one. This one is Tektronix, so you can see this. Now, just simply go here. Before you make any changes, just stop the simulation. Go to your function generator, change this waveform to a square wave. because you can see the composition better. Close this, run the simulation again, and now you can see this. So you have a square wave which is here on your display. You can change this knob. As you can clearly see, since you have connected to channel A, you can see it on Tektronix that this thing is highlighted, and you can see the connection. While these guys are not connected, there's no connection there. So it's just actually Tektronix one, which is connected to channel number 1, that is connected. So you can see your square wave right here, and you can do different measurements, of course, using just like an oscilloscope. Now let's look at it. Since the square wave, I have a signal that I've generated using my function and let's find that out. So move this along this. So this is going to be a fundamental component, and let me just, okay, right now this is at 10 kilohertz. So I would expect to see what would be the what would be the second composition of this. So let's just move this around. So let me just move this. The second peak, which is like, visible peak, which is like prominent peak, is this. So you're getting about 30K because my fundamental component was 10 kilohertz, and this should be 50. Let me just move this quickly here. So this is around 50. So this should be 70, and this should be 90. So this is how you can easily see this by changing a different component harmonic composition of this. And you can also do the same thing here, but you can all clearly see that this is indeed 10 kilohertz. Let's try to make some measurements here. You can measure it just like in any other oscilloscope. You can also do math, and I think you can also perform, I don't know, but you got the idea. What I was trying to do. So this is the basic idea, how you can use multisim to do frequency analysis or harmonic composition of any signal that you want. And this is the basic idea regarding this. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. So I'll be making a couple of videos on this. So thank you very much, and thanks for watching.